Oh yes.
I'll put a few of these out now. Hello, you look very at home here, I have to say. I'm deeply impressed. You could live here but for my cat.
Just to show that she's not talking to me, she's in fact talking to
This is Raindrop.
Hello, Raindrop. You're beautiful, aren't you? Yes.
She's a great companion.
You could be my studio dog.
Companion spirit.
Yes, so this is my little world.
Now that is sort of retina searing. And here's one of Joe's felt bags. That's gorgeous. Oh, and I love that picture. That's gorgeous. Joe likes colour.
You never tell. I don't know what she means about me liking colour.
And this is a proper loom.
This is a 4-shaft.
Oops.
This is a 4-shaft tabletop loom. Probably very similar to how looms were back when most households had one. The principle is very simple. You press down the handles, lift 2 of the shafts. So instead of me having to go under over every thread, the shafts do it for me, because this is now gone over that thread, under that thread, over that one, under that one. So that means it's a bit quicker than it would be on a picture frame. So what I'm weaving at the moment are scarves. Just a very simple weave, because I've got yarns that actually do the interest for you. So this is the shuttle that takes the thread through. So I've got 1 black and white and 1 autumnal shades, and these will be about 5 foot long when they're finished. They'll take me about 3 days
to do 2?
Yes, to do the 2, or 3 days if I was only doing 1. It would just be the same length of time, but because I'm doing for me what is mass production, I'm doing 2 at a time. That's as high tech as it gets in here. There's nothing more to it. So all I do is just pick a box of colour. This one is the black and white, this is the autumnal, and just pick here a random selection from each box. So you've got a greeny, an orangey for those, you've got that one, the black one there for that, then you've got silvery one with some sparkle. So what you're getting is the texture, not just a very flat weave.
Yeah, because if you look at this, there are all these fabulous bits sort of,
I've done that one,
sticking up here, and you want to touch it.
Well, that's the idea. My textiles I like to be tactile, so I'm just threading up the loom now with the next one for the black and white. If I can find some scissors, we'll be on a roll. Right, so now I need to change the shafts, because I'm going the other way. If I don't, it will unthread it. So, and this is the same sort of process you would have if you were a child at school and did weaving on a piece of card. That's the same sort of thing that you would do, except you would have gone under over every thread, because you wouldn't have had the shafts to do it for you. But that's where the loom is good, because you don't have to do that.
You just take it through the once.
Yeah, you just take it through. The space here is called the shed. So when you change the shafts, that's what creates the shed, which is where the shuttle goes through. And on the big industrial looms, it's exactly the same, except of course it's run by a motor. But the principle,
those jacquard looms,
yeah, the principle is exactly the same. You're going under over, and you can change the pattern by changing the shafts. But on these, there's no point, because you won't see any difference. So this is what I now spend my time doing, instead of sitting behind a typewriter saying, Yes, that's fine, I'll bring you coffee in a moment. Which I'm getting too old to do anyway. Nowadays I'd be more likely to say, there's the kettle, I'll have a tea. So when I'm not in here weaving, I might be felt making, I'm making hats, or I might be
Wow, that's
running workshops to teach other people
do that over St Just's Way.
that, because lots of things are much simpler than they appear. It's just a question of learning a few basic techniques. So I enjoy helping other people to recognise that, you know, some things are not rocket science and they can do it too. So now, I think we'll have a few sequins in that one next.
Oh wow.
So we're going to wind up this one. Now I'm only doing about 3 or 4 rows in each yarn because I like a lot of difference. So which way am I going now? That way.
Do you ever get tempted to take on big projects, or kind of have kind of projects in mind that
Yeah,
you like to do?
you know, I had the piece I wove for my degree show was actually 3 pieces like this. So I did a triptych. So yes, because I'm weaving scarves at the moment, because I've got places to sell them, that's what I'm doing. But when I finish these, I shall do some wall hangings, and I incorporate beads and stained glass, things I might find on the beach, because again that all adds to the texture, and it all adds to people actually wanting to touch them, which is what I like. I have trouble with textile exhibitions because you're not allowed to touch, and whilst I understand the reasons for that, I still find it very frustrating.
okay. Right. So what were you doing before you were an artist?
Secretary for 17 years, and now I don't have to be.
Wow,
And that's
amazing.
wonderful, because I'd much rather be here doing this than sat in an office having to do what somebody else wants. So this is what the ones you've just seen on the loom will look like, although obviously in different colours. They're about 5 foot in length, very tactile and wonderful.
I have to say that is beautiful, just so intense. That's gorgeous, Jo.
Thank you. I think so.
Very nice, thank you. Here we have the artist at work again.
We've got knitting needles today, as the loom isn't very portable.
So this is the analogue, and the other way is the digital. The loom is
Yes.
the digital way.
Yeah. So this is me doing the retail bit.
Yeah, the finished product.